Yo, what's going on, boys? It's Whyfishy. I'm back with another episode of Whyfishy. This is episode 2, and today we're going to be talking about fighting strategies, and all sorts of stuff with that. Thank you guys for all the support on the first one. I'm going to be cranking these out every week, probably on like a Thursday or Friday. Make sure you use my code, whofishy, in the item shop, hashtag ad. Yeah, we're going to dive into this episode, boys. Appreciate it. Alright, so the first question coming in from Exality is, why do you make certain plays at specific moments in a fight? Alright, so for this question, we're going to start off, this is just a solo arena game of mine. We're going to start off looking from the opponent's perspective. So basically, he beams me for 33 off of a hop rock, and then I just pop a big backward stare just in case he tries to get in, which he just tries to down spray. And then as soon as he starts spraying his P90 and I get my big off, I'm instantly already trying to build up for height just because it's an arena game and I'm just playing to just kill this next guy. So I notice he has this wall in front of me here. So what I do is I just chill for a little bit, go out the back, and then bounce her up. And we trade. I think I hit him like 40, he hits me 30, so it's a good trade for me. And then I look for a side shot here because I notice he hasn't covered his left. A lot of players, they won't cover all of their angles, so you kind of just have to find what angles are exposed. And you see I get this wall, but then I fall down. This guy I notice he tries to go out, rebox, and splash. So I'm just pressuring the wall with his big tack, try to get him to not heal to full. Then I bounce her up again. And I notice this guy isn't like fully boxed. So basically what I'm trying to do is just pressure this stair and make him go either left or right. You can see with my cursor, I'm trying to make him go left or right. So he splashes again. And I see him, right? And I can see where he's about to run. So I see he's facing this way. So what I do is I preemptively get the cone and floor above him, right? And then fully box. He's just lost. Absolutely lost. And then I just spray him, basically. So here, we'll look at that from my perspective. I know, guys. I'm a fragger. It's whatever. All right, so this is from the point where he just beamed me, and I'm popping the big pot. So from what I hear here is he's P90ing. I don't know if he's about to jump in or not, though. So I just bounce her up. Hit him for 40, he hits me for 30, then I hit that little side angle. Most important thing is that you're always moving for these angles, and you kind of have to like just guess which way they're gonna move when you don't have like a definitive piece of information on where they're like actually moving. So I hit him here, right? And I see he jumps up. So he could go left here or he could go right, but I kind of see that he's leaning right. So I just instantly start moving this way while he's still in the middle of his piece. And then I look for this, get this really nice angle on him, get that wall, and then unfortunately fall. He would have been dead there if I didn't fall. That's okay. And now I'm just looking to pressure him and not let him heal. This is where I'm just big tacking. Bounce her up again. And this is where I look for this piece. The most important thing when you're fighting is trying to just gain pieces above people. So you need to know like where you can place like cones and stairs above people. So right here, to prevent this guy from going up, right, what I do is I hit this cone at this weird angle. And just in case he was above the stair, I know he's below it. Just in case he was above, he could not move anywhere. And then I get the floors too. You see how I place the floors as soon as I get up here? So I get both the double edits, right? And then I force him to move either right or left. If he moves right, then I'm gonna have to just play the rebox and just kind of fight him there. But if he moves left, which he does, and I can see this here, right? I can see him move left. So I back up a little bit, get the double edit, cone, wall, boxed, and then I just spray him from there because I already have a massive health advantage. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking like throughout that whole fight is just trying to gain pieces and just go for angles that he's not really protecting. All right, so this next question coming in is from Whyfishy. He says, what is the best way to take and disengage from a fight? All right, so this is a clip from the same arena game, but I think this is a pretty good example of when you need to move and when you need to kind of sneak. So right here, I'm sneaking up to this guy, right? I'm going for this wall, just trying to get this piece. I just jump in because it's arena. Take his wall, stair exploit, yellow it. All right, get the kill. All right, so now I'm 163 HP, and if this guy is 200 and he jumps in my box, I didn't hear what shotgun he had. So basically what I'm trying to do is just get out and just play it safe. So I get out, right? And basically I'm just letting this guy have this loot. You don't have to get too over greedy for loot, especially when someone wants to just try to get in your box and take it. Like you can just let them have it. So this is like a decent example of just simply creating space. You see all, like, he was on my wall to start, and now I've already created at least 5 boxes worth of space. So he has no clue where I'm going. I could just fully leave. I could wrap around the right. I could wrap on the left. There's no real information for him to get. And this is what you have to do when you're when you want to disengage from a fight as a trio. You have to create space and then just move away. And you can just use builds to do that. You can use buildings to do that, like I did here. But we'll go back in here, and I'll just speed this up to where I actually start fighting this kid. It basically takes a little while, but I just played it slow. I got a nice 70 tag there, and then I'll just skip ahead. I'm essentially just playing this slow, but if I were to just stay there in the same spot where he was and just trying to phase in my box, at that point it's just a 50-50. So I decided to disengage and then play it slow. And then here I just take this pretty free box fight. Not the best angle I could have taken, but then I'm just playing it slow, just for this guaranteed angle. Because at this point I knew he had a white through blue tack. I know he didn't have a purple shotgun, so I can just kind of play shotgun trades and then get the free kill. So yeah, when you're trying to disengage from a fight, you want to create as much space, and then just try to not give them any audio cues or visual cues if you can. All right, so this next question is from L2 Blaze. He says how to not get third partied when keying, or how to end fights faster. So I'm going to show a little bit of an example I could find of both of these things. It's kind of not the greatest example, but it shows kind of both aspects of this question. So basically, we're building up, coming out of storm here, and then there's another team coming in over here. Neither team knows this yet, because they haven't shot a bullet yet. So basically, we know that there's one guy on height, there's another guy building up, and then there's one guy in storm. So basically, what I'm looking to do is take this guy out with Rex, my teammate. But then I get tagged in the back here, if you can see. So right here, I recognize this, that the third party is over here towards Pleasant, right? So what I want to do is I want to keep my enemies sandwiched in between me and the other team. So I want to keep them in between this team and then myself. So basically what I end up doing is I wrap around even more, you see, and now we're sandwiched. So if these guys try to shoot at all, then they'll shoot this kid in the back and not me. So basically I'll hop in this kid's box here to try to end the fight quicker, because Rex is right there and he's ready to support me when I get in. So I kill him pretty quick. And this third party just ends up dipping. But it's really important. Third parties can actually help you a lot in fights if you know how to deal with them. If you kind of just create this sandwich between the other people, you'll actually get a lot of kills, and third parties can actually help you win fights. Especially when you're grief fighting edge zone and there's a big mountain, you just want to stay on the backside so they can't shoot you, and then use all of your opponent's builds and then just kill them with the other team. Basically, you just want to try to isolate one solo with one of your teammates while the other one deals. Down here, Emad was just dealing with the other kids, and then Rex and I were just jumping on this one kid. So that's pretty much just what I do to deal with third parties. They can actually be really helpful, especially in tournaments. Alright, so the last question for this video comes from Justin. He says, if I'm scuffed and have no mats in mid-game or in half and half, what type of fight should I be looking for as a trio? Alright, so this game is from a trio cash cup that happened, I believe, 2 weeks ago. We were pretty scuffed. This is our second game of the tournament. We had just dropped a 35 bomb before, so we were in a decent game. But we were just looking for another WQ game to set us up really well for the tournament. And we kind of ended up getting scuffed off spawn and tilted. So this game we were playing out with no mats and no shield. We were all pretty healthy though, but the plays that we were looking for, we just didn't really have time to farm. I had 8 builds here, Joji had 8, Tabs had 6. We literally had no mats to run in. We were just looking for a team to run over on the mountain. Unfortunately, no one came because we were gonna try to find a fight back here. And I knew that going into this would be a good place for us to find an edge fight, because if we kill the kids and then we have to go in zone, we can just drop down the right and then come in the right, or come under the mountain, which is actually what we did, but we didn't find any kills from it. Once we moved in zone, we just dropped on the right side of the mountain and then just farmed up a little bit. So this is where I told my team, we just need to get some sort of mats so we can play this end game out. And right here is where I tell them, don't go over this mountain. We don't want anyone to see us, right? Because the whole lobby is already in zone, and if they see us, then we're just gonna get targeted pretty hard. So from everyone else's point of view, they really just cannot see us at all. So we were just chilling back here, right? And we see that zone pulls in a little bit more. So then we just decide to farm this a little bit, and we drop down here. So keep in mind that we have this whole tree line and the mountainside too. So if anyone decides to rotate back here, which it looks like dead side because no one is back here, and it actually is because there's like the least amount of teams, they would just run right over us. All right, so we get in, and then I call this cone play here. So basically I wanted someone, if someone slides down this mountain, they literally would have landed right on our heads, just in case anyone was going to come back here. And it actually was like a decent plan. It almost worked out. But these are the kind of plays that you want to be going for. Stuff that is like sneaky, doesn't require a lot of mats, and can get you a kill. Stuff like that. Alright, so at this point in the game, we see half pulls over, and we're just waiting for people to start moving. So we see this team start moving, and then we call for a 3-2-1. So this is a really important thing, in trios especially. You can, if you're all shooting an AR, you can pretty much get a guaranteed kill every time you try to 3-2-1 somebody. So, and you need to have one person in your trio who is designated to call for it. So I'm the person that always calls for my trio. What I say is 3, 2, 1, go, and then we shoot on go. And we do that every time we go to do this, and it gets us a ton of kills. Because I beam this kid 99, Tabs hit him like 66, and Joji hit him 105. So Joji hit the snipe there. Even if he doesn't hit that snipe though, we still kill him. Like if he hits 2 AR shots, we still kill him. So this is a really huge refresh. And then what I'm focusing on doing, while my teammates are getting the finish, I'm focusing on spraying this kid off of the loot because we want to get this, right? So I'm just spraying him off, making sure he goes back, and then piece controlling all the loot, making sure that we have this claimed. And this is a huge refresh for us. As you can see my mats, I went from 400 brick to like near max mats. So these are the kind of plays that you want to be looking for going into endgame and mid-game. If you're like really shambles, you want to look for like sneaky stuff or 3-2-1, stuff like that with a guaranteed kill. Alright boys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys with all the support on this series and everything. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. The next episode we're going to do is endgame strategies and stuff like that. So make sure you ask your questions down below on my YouTube, and make sure you follow my Twitter at whofishy, and ask questions on there for your shot to be featured in the next video. Thanks for all the support, boys. Love you.